Hi guys, so I'm gonna read the third story in Lone Ranger number 1. So the Lone Ranger and a deal in wheat. Since the homesteaders came here, Tonto, there is a lot of wheat being grown. Wheat plenty good. But how do the cattlemen take to it? That's what I'd like to know. I'm going to find out. Any of the cattlemen around here needing help? Sure, all of 'em. Why don't you try the Lazy J, stranger? You can get a job there. It looks to me as if everyone has gone in for farming instead of cattle raising. The farmers won't be here long. Why won't the farmers be in this country very long? I'm not telling what I know. I hear things, though. I see. You go to the Lazy J, you'll find a job there if you want one. I don't care what you know about cow punching. If you want a job here, you can have one. If you can do what you're told without asking questions. All right, where do I bunk? What's that new man you hired? I don't know, but he might be spying on us. I'll watch him, Mr. Jackson. And if he is, I'll finish him off quick. What do you mean there's something strange about the new man we hired? I've been watching him for 3 days. He's been here, Mr. Jackson. I never seen a man that could handle a horse like he can, and that the white horse he owns is the greatest horse on 4 feet. That's nothing to hold against a man. He ain't no ordinary cowhand. I was looking at his guns, and here's what his belt is filled with. Cartridges, of course. What else do you expect to find? Look closer. Why, that bullet's made of silver. You know who carries silver bullets, Mr. Jackson? The Lone Ranger. Just so I think we got the Lone Ranger working on this ranch, disguised like any ordinary cowhand. He knows we plan to do away with the wheat crop to clear out the homesteaders. You bring me that Lone Ranger to me. I'll deal with him. All right, partner, you come with me. The owner wants to have a talk with you. What does Jackson want of me? Isn't my work what it should be? You're working all right. Tain't that. So you're the Lone Ranger, eh? Here to spoil our plans. This mustache is fake, Mr. Jackson. I bet anything he's disguised. What are you going to do about it, Jackson? You can't destroy that wheat crop. There's no way to drive out the homesteaders. We can't, eh? Well, we're going to. Keep 'em covered. I'll rope 'em. Wait a minute. You're not going to rope me. No? No. I'm leaving here, Jackson, and there's just one thing I have to say. Don't try to burn that wheat crop. What'll happen if I do? Boy, the stranger here. Bring that, Bragg said we can't keep him away from, or keep him from getting away. I'd like to see him try and get loose. So you call for reinforcements. So you figure you can capture me and keep me warning the farmers about your plan to burn their wheat. That's what I figure, mister. Silver! Look out for the horse! Keep the Lone Ranger covered. Don't let him trick you. Silver charges among the cowhands, and the Lone Ranger punches all the cowboys. Don't let him get free. Shoot him. Come on, Silver. And the horse goes with them. And we'll warn the farmers. This means we gotta act right away. He'll burn down the wheat tonight. Get this disguise off. Tonto, the Rangers are planning to burn all the wheat. I learned that much while I was acting as a cowhand. That's plenty bad. All farmer owe plenty money. If wheat not sold, all go broke. Wait their trouble you not know about. What do you mean, Tonto? What trouble is there? Farmer named Brown tell Tonto. All of us wheat growers figured we had our crops sold, but that doggone cattleman spoiled the sale. They got all the railroad cars, so we can't move, or we can't none of us ship our wheat after it's harvested. They got us licked. The cattlemen aren't taking any chances. They'll burn the wheat, and even if they fail, in that the farmers won't be able to sell. But I know how to solve both problems. Tell all the farmers to meet in Brown's house. I'll or I'll join them there at sunset. Tonto do. Ride to every cowman in the pigeon and tell him that tonight's the night to fire the homesteaders' wheat. Thus meanwhile, that'll teach 'em. Assemble at the Jackson Ranch tonight. We're burning the homesteaders out of the country. The cattlemen assemble. Get all the homesteader to Brown Farm. Hi-yo, Silver, away. Meanwhile, the Lone Ranger rides to carry out his plan. Silver, there's a stockade ahead. If only I can get in before the guard sees me. Halt or I'll fire. All right then, I'll fire. Boom. And he's masked. Sorry to hold guns on you, soldiers, but I have to see your commandant at once. Sergeant of the guard! Shooting. What's trouble? He was a masked man. He went over the side of the stockade. I fired at him, but he missed. There he is, with the drop on that squad. You can't hold the entire troop off, stranger. Put down those guns and consider yourself under arrest. I must speak to your commandant. Drop those guns, quick, or we fire. What's going on here? Colonel, I had to see you. You scaled the wall. I knew I could never get by the guard with this mask. You will know me by this bullet. Silver, you're the Lone Ranger. Unless you help me, there will be a range war. The homesteaders and cattlemen will begin killing each other. But if our troops move into the affair, there will be even more slaughter unless... I have a scheme, sir. Will you listen? Toward the sunset, the farmers come out with their rifles and meet as Tonto requested at the Brown farm. We won't have a chance against all the cattlemen, but we'll fight to the finish. They'll have to get rid of us all before they set fire to our crops. They'll come after dark. We'll outnumber the farmers 10-1, all right after dark. Half of us will fight the men. The rest will fire the crops. Get torches ready. The cattlemen are confident that they will be able to drive out the farmers. We'll station men about 100 yards apart at the first sign of a cattleman. Signal with a shot. Just as I figured, it'll be a cinch 5 or 6 of you surround each of the guards and capture them. Then we'll set fire to the crops. Don't hurt the farmers unless you have to. Okay, no, that's a booklet. I'm so used to doing that for the like just regular goons and like the superhero stories. I'm not used to doing like the western southern accent. I'm not used to it. Don't hurt the farmers unless you have to, boys. We only want to drive them away from here. Here they come. The Lone Rangers failed us. We're done for. I don't see how the Lone Ranger could help us anyhow. It's time the cattlemen learn that they must share this country with the homesteaders and farmers. That's meanwhile. They waited until the grain was ripe, and now they plan to burn it. It will mean the end for all those farmers. Look, we're too late. The attack has started before we can get there. The crops will be in flames. We're too late to save the wheat. Maybe not. Come this way. Those dry crops will burn like tinder. Stamp out the fires. We can't keep this long. They ain't trying to kill us, but they might as well if they burn our fields. The farmers know it is a matter of time. I knew there was nothing your friend the Lone Ranger could do. Look towards the cattle ranch. Shooting at our ranches. Our cattle. We gotta get back. Ride hard. It's probably rustlers. The cattlemen race toward the gunfire at their ranches. Now the firing has stopped. Luckily, our stock is all scampered away. Was I just imagining things when I saw gunfire? I seen and heard it, but there don't seem to be a doggone thing out of the kilter. There's a man to answer us all about gunfire here. You speak up, stranger. There's 100 of us against you. Speak fast, stranger. What was all the shooting here? That shooting was simply a means of bringing your men back before it was too late. Drill 'em! Then let's go back and finish the farmers. Before you shoot me, you better talk to the commandant and his men. They've taken places behind you. Jackson, those crops you tried to burn belong to the United States Army. The Lone Ranger brought us here. The government is going to buy the entire output of the farms near here to feed the troops and their horses. Instead of fighting those homesteaders, you better help them. If they don't grow crops for the army will have to leave you without protection when the winter comes. That changes things. We can't do without your soldiers. The Indians would overrun us in no time. Lone Ranger, you can tell the farmers that they needn't fear the cattlemen no more. Hi-yo, Silver, away! And that's the end of that story. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.